Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. We're back here in the depths. I decided to off-screen farming these Eyes of Death, but I just got those two as well as a few others. We actually got 4 in a single run, so we have 11 Eyes of Death now, which I believe is all that we need to take care of this next covenant as far as rewards go that I want to show off. So... okay, so we're heading to the Catacombs here. That's our destination. And if you remember the coffin that we used to approach the Gravelord sarcophagus, that is exactly where we're heading now. We have 11 Eyes of Death, and our purpose with those is to give 10 of them, the 10 of them to Gravelord Nito in order to get the Gravelord Greatsword Dance, which is the highest level reward of the Gravelord Servant Covenant. Beyond that, if you give him 20, I think you get a percentage increase to the effectiveness of those miracles, the Gravelord Sword Dance and Gravelord Greatsword Dance. Honestly, it's a pretty lame covenant as far as rewards go. Just, I mean, not in the sense that the Gravelord Sword Dance is not a cool miracle, because it is, and it doesn't take any faith to use, so it's pretty handy, and you can use it at any point. Same with the Greatsword Dance. But yeah, essentially, beyond that +1 rank, you don't get anything. So you only have to level it up to +1 to get the tangible rewards. Beyond that, it's just slight buffs to said rewards. So we're gonna roll down here, taking it nice and quick. Hopefully none of them catch up with us. And what we're gonna do here... I'm hoping that that Titanite demon does not get pissy with me. I think his aggro range is pretty small, but I could be mistaken, and maybe that coffin is a little close to him. No, it looks like we can nestle in it safely. There you go. So we're just gonna wait right here. Just take a nap. And we wait. And I think I mentioned this the first time we got in here, but if somebody invades you, they can actually do a special stabbing animation to you. It's a critical damage, same as a backstab or something like that. But they just thrust their weapon into your coffin, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. So of all of them, Nito is minorly inconvenient to reach because I don't think his bonfire activates until after you've killed him, at which point you can't even access the Covenant because the Covenant leader is dead. But yeah, see, there's no bonfire where it would normally be post Nito fight. So you can come back here, but you can't do anything with it. So it's kind of funny the way they design it. But you can see here, Nito's hanging out. He doesn't really mind us here because we came in through the coffin entrance. If you drop down, though, even if you're in the Gravelord Covenant, I think he will attack you and be hostile. So let's abandon our former covenant. I don't think Koth will be upset with us. I think he just allows you to rejoin at any point, but we'll lose, I believe, half the humanity we put into that. So that'll be about 15 humanity. But it doesn't matter. We got the rewards. They're going to stay with us, and that's that. So becoming Gravelord Servant, we have to offer 10 Eyes of Death. And again, like every other Covenant offering, this is going to take a while. Oops, sorry. I went a little quick there. I wasn't sure. I thought I had to offer another one, but here you go. Rank gained, and it kind of went by quick there, but we got the Gravelord Greatsword Dance. Miracle known only by the servants of the first dead, Gravelord Nito. Giant Gravelord swords jut out in vicinity, which compared to this one, does give us actually a nice extra description here, kind of recognizing your feats. So, many have died, and many eyes were claimed to realize the Greatsword Dance, a Gravelord ritual known only by his closest servants. So, at this point, we are now Gravelord Nito's one of his closest servants. We're so proud of ourselves. So I can't actually attune it here, so I'm gonna have to leave, but that is literally all you can get from Nito. I don't think you can damage him from here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just kind of sits there. And the only point where he is vulnerable is when you've pissed him off and gone down to Tomb of the Giants proper, just to keep gameplay progression at a consistent rate, I guess. But there you go. I mean, because, you know, it makes sense, because you could really go straight down the Catacombs, and if you reach that, coffin, it could lead to some funny stuff. You're just instantly fighting Gravelord Nito. So they don't allow you to, initiate the fight by attacking him. He's just undamageable in that form. Alright, so that was one thing I wanted to take care of. The other thing, I guess we can go back to Anor Londo and try and get a few more of our boss weapons taken care of. I think that should be fun. Yeah, we got plenty of souls for plenty of large Titanite shards, so we'll take care of this next. And after that, I'd like to take a trip to the Great Hollow, because I actually found a video. I'm going to reference it before I do this, so I'm going to do a little off-screen, but I will credit the person who made the video because I never knew this stuff, and it was some new content to me. I'd like to show it to you guys, and it's regarding the crystal lizard locations in the Great Hollow, and some of the nooks and crannies and weird drops that I myself was never aware of, or at least maybe I was, but I don't know. We're gonna show them all off though, because this guy has a really great guide to the Great Hollow, and I would love to share it with you all in my own playthrough. But definitely credit to him for doing that stuff, because the Great Hollow is just that place that I get through as quickly as possible. I don't know it very well, so.
Hello, forge I can, strong I am.
So we are going to purchase a veritable bounty of large Titanite shards, which we will need for our purposes, of which our purposes be to get our +6 weapons up to +10. So let's get that spear up. There you go. Next, let's get the whip going on there. There you go. The whip makes an interesting weapon. You'll see in a sec here. Get the cestus. Get the short bow. Actually, I don't think we can make the short bow boss weapon yet, because we haven't gotten the extra soul from the guy who gives the particular weapon or soul to make the weapon to you. But yeah. And then finally, gonna need more Titanite to finish that off. 3 more. Let's just indulge in another 12. And then let's buy a bunch of small Titanite shards as well, because, I mean, come on. We're good for it. There you go. And finally, oops, reinforced weapon, tower shield 2 + 10. And I don't know that I'm going to use the dark sword. I could upgrade it at another point, though. It's there to upgrade if we want to. Alright, so, with what we have now, all these +10 weapons, we're going to see what selection we have available. Same as before, we have the Greatsword of Artorias and the Gravelord Greatsword. Still gonna hold off on those. You see here the Abyss Greatsword. That's the other Greatsword you can make with the Soul of Artorias. So, Soul of Sif gives you the Greatsword of Artorias, which this one is the corrupted version. The broken straight sword that we used, or the broken longsword, broken straight sword, I think it was a straight sword, that gives you the purified version. This gives you the semi-corrupted version, and the Abyss Greatsword is Artorias' proper greatsword made out of his soul itself, which gives you his special moveset, which was introduced in the DLC. So this one's a DLC item, technically. And Greatlord Greatsword, Dragon Slayer Spear we already made. We also made Smo's Hammer out of Smo's Soul last playthrough. But we're going to make the Moonlight Butterfly Horn, which is a really cool looking spear that does, I think, pure magic damage. We're going to make the Life Hunt Scythe out of Priscilla's Soul. We're going to make the Dragon Bone Fist out of the other core of an Iron Golem we got. We also made the Golem Axe, but the Dragon Bone Fist is amazing. It essentially allows you to Shoryuken your enemies, and it's incredible. Then we have the Dark Moon Bow, which I mentioned. We don't have the Soul of Gwendolyn yet for that. We made the Tin Dark Moon Catalyst already. Manus Catalyst, we need Manus' Soul for. And then we have the Caduceus Round Shield we can turn to the Crystal Ring Shield. The Soul of the Moonlight Butterfly, we're going to do that. That's a really interesting shield, by the way. And then finally, the Tower Shield, we're going to use our extra Soul of Sif to make the Great Shield of Artorias. So that was a lot of rare weapons right there, but it takes care of a lot of them, actually. And I haven't repaired my stuff in a while, so let's take care of that. I'm just very behind. I haven't been paying attention to weapon repairs in a while, so good to take care of that. Now, let's see what some of these things do. So, gonna have to go through a few of these. So we used the 2 souls of Sif. That great sword, or that great shield of Artorias we got was used with Sif's soul, so we now can't use our claymore to make the great sword, but we'll do that another time. Or if we do it another time, I don't know, but I'll try to. What do we have now? So Moonlight Butterfly Horn, let's take a look at it. Weapon born from the mystical creature of the Darkroot Garden, the Moonlight Butterfly. The horns of the butterfly, a being created by Seath, are imbued by a pure magic power. And then if we go to the Crystal Ring Shield, weapon born from the mystical creature of the Darkroot Garden, the Moonlight Butterfly, imbued with a powerful crystal power, it's a little redundant, like the butterfly created by Seath the Scaleless. It can emit crystal light rings. So very similar descriptions to both of them, but you see here, okay, good, I didn't piss him off. If you take a look at the stats, this thing does no physical, all magic. And nicely enough, since we have our 14 intelligence, we can use it effectively. Don't know how much damage it's going to do, but it's actually, I mean, it's a pretty standard spear. It just has a very nice design to it. It is, as the description implies, the horn of the Moonlight Butterfly. If you take a look back to an episode or two ago when we fought the Moonlight Butterfly, this actually is a piece that appears on its body at its top. So if we use this thing, and this guy, not a lot of damage because we haven't upgraded at all, and this is New Game Plus, so it's kind of foolish to run in like that. Especially against an enemy like this that can do some nasty stuff to us. Yeah, as seen there. Oof. Oh god. Now, if you kill these guys and you get a rare drop from them, you can get their demon spear. I forget the actual name of it, but you can get their spear, and I think, I'm not certain, because I know that they can shoot lightning out of it, but I think you may also be able to, but I think that may actually only be available on Ornstein's spear, Dragon Slayer spear, so we'll see if this guy happens to drop it, but honestly it's not a great chance because I'm not very good with rare drops. Now, I've been showing off a lot of the, I've been showing a lot of the horns moveset, but the shield, aside from being, you know, kind of a cool little shield here, it has its own attack, and I tried to show it off, but kind of missed a little bit, and again there. Alright, let's back out a little bit so we don't piss off the blacksmith by accident. Here we go. Oh. It doesn't seem like it's aiming properly. Alright, we killed him. Let me see if I can properly get this thing to shoot something. Alright. There you go. So what it does is it actually shoots a ring at your enemy, if done properly. There you go. I think that's a good demonstration. So that's what the Crystal Ring Shield does. Both neat little weapons, and both come from the same boss, so you need to go through the game twice in order to get that, because I don't think the lesser ones in the Crystal Caverns, or in the Crystal Cave, will drop the soul of the Moonlight Butterfly. It's only that one you find in Dark Root. So, that's those. Is he still chasing us? No, he's not. Okay, good. I was getting a little paranoid because I was hearing footsteps. After that, we have the Life Hunt Scythe from Priscilla, crossbreed Priscilla's soul. We get the scythe born from the soul of Priscilla, the stark white crossbreed trapped inside the painted world of Ariamis. Even the gods feared Priscilla's life hunt ability, and in the hands of a mortal, its power will turn upon its wielder. Now, this scythe, what it's saying there, and I think that's the same exact description of the tail cut you get from her, which is the Priscilla's dagger, I think. I think it's just Priscilla's dagger. But I think each of them, when you do damage to enemies, it actually builds up your own bleed meter, and I think that's the idea of Life Hunt. You see, when we damage the enemy, although it does very little, it is based off of the damage you do, and since we can't wield it properly and we're doing minuscule damage, that's sort of why we don't get much bleeding buildup. But the more damage you do, the more buildup you do to yourself. So it's a very risky weapon to use if you get too belligerent with it. That said, if you're wearing good armor, I think that increases your bleed resistance. And this actually ties into why resistance is such a useless stat that nobody ever levels up. Resistance is... it's just as much affected by the armor you wear as it is by the stat there. So you can get a natural effects of it, so, you know, even if you're butt naked, you'll still have good poison, bleed, and all that resist. But just wearing armor has the same effect, and it's really not worth allocating all those souls into that stat, because it has such a minor effect in the long term, so... I'm just heading back here. We do still have a few things to show off. But that is kind of funny, though, how you use the whip and you create a scythe out of it. You can either use the Great Scythe or the whip. And I don't know if you can use halberds, but that might be possible as well. I don't actually know, though, if the halberd can be used to create the Life Hunt Scythe. Aside from that, Dragon Bone Fist I really want to show off. A weapon from the soul of the Iron Golem, guardian of Sen's fortress who repelled countless heroes who sought Anor Londo. The gods fused the power of the soul with the great bones of the dragons, forming an appropriate core for the giant golem. So the golem, the Iron Golem, is actually created out of the power of the soul fused with the bones of the fallen dragons from the Age of the Dragons, the war against the dragons to create the Age of Fire. So some neat stuff there. I'm gonna go to Firelink Shrine here. You know, there's some easy cannon fodder enemies, some humanoid enemies that I can show the beauty of this weapon off on. Actually, I'd like to show off the Dragon Slayer Spear's ability too, but I don't know if that'll work because I don't have enough. Dexterity. But this thing is mostly strength based. In fact, it's entirely strength based. So, just to show off real quick here. That's your Shoryuken. And if I do this right, there you go. It just sends your opponent flying, and it's amazing. And it's great to use on hollows because they're slow enough and dumb enough that you can just plow right into them. Maybe not the soldiers so much, and especially not on New Game Plus, but so yeah, there's a little Shoryukening for you. You can also, I don't know if you can imbue this thing with resins. Actually, let me check that out real quick. Let me buy some resins from the what's her face. You can also use like a normal fist weapon you see there. You can't two-hand it though. I'm trying right now, but you can't wield it with two hands. Which, essentially, I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of a fist weapon. It would be weird if you were two-handing it. Anyways. Okay, so we're with this chick now, and we want to get... Let's buy some rotten pine resins as well, but our primary purpose here is to buy some charcoal pine resins, which are really cheap. Like, really nice and cheap. We can get plenty of these things. And I haven't really been showing off a lot of resins. We did show off a few gold pine resin usages early on in the playthrough, but we did not show off quite so many using the pine resins. The charcoal or the rotten pine resins. I don't think we've shown them off at all. I haven't been doing a lot of fire elemental damage, but you see certain weapons, even boss weapons in this case with the Dragon Bone Fist, can be imbued with any sort of pine resin. So you can make it flaming, like so. So your fist weapons do just crazy fire damage, light things on fire, which is really fun. As you saw there, though, because the Dragon Bone Fist can be imbued with these, you can actually use it to do a flaming shoryuken. I guess Ken style would that be? Ken's got the flaming shoryuken. Ah! He's got his fire bombs though. That's a little nasty. Oh wait, hold on. Damn it. Come on. Yeah! It didn't really send him flying, but that's okay. Son of a gun. Ah! The splash got us. This isn't working well. There you go. And he goes sailing down. Alright, I think that's enough showing this off, but yeah, Dragon Bone Fist can be imbued. It's awesome. It's beautiful. I love it. Then... what else can be imbued? I think the whip can be imbued. Yeah, so you can get a flaming whip. It's actually kind of weird. It's not normally... like, it's not flaming naturally here, but when you send it out as an attack, it does actually gain that flaming whip look to it. So that's pretty nice. It actually does look decently cool. It's a little like a Quelaag's Fury Sword. But yeah, actually moving off of that, weapons that already have some sort of imbued element to them. So the Dragon Slayer Spear is one of those. The Quelaag's Fury Sword actually is another one of those. You can't stack a resin onto them, so that's how those work. I'm just going over this because we haven't really gone over the different weapon upgrade paths and all that, because I do really tend to stay very very plain. I go with the normal sword upgrades because I really prefer just using resins if I want to buff a weapon, or Sunlight Blade, for instance. And speaking of which, let's move back to the Dragon Bone Fist, so I can show you Sunlight Blade on it. Same sort of deal. Punch him with the power of the sun. Boom! Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Power of the sun! Boom! There you go. I'm just trying to have a little fun with the weapons we got here. So, anyways, what else were we looking at? Was that the majority of them? Oh, Great Shield of Artorias. Okay. So, shield born from the soul of the Great Grey Wolf Sif, guardian of the grave Abyss Walker Knight Artorias. Boasts consistent defense and divine protection against various status effects. This thing's pretty hefty to use, takes 34 strength, but we've got 50, so we're all good to go. It has some of the best damage reduction in the game. I mean, well, I don't know, that might be a lie, actually. No. Damage reduction, not so much, but stability, yes. It has some of the best stability in the game, because even unupgraded, you've got 88 stability coming out of this thing, which, I mean, as Great Shields go, they're supposed to have around that level, but... And I think there are some with more, like Havel's Great Shield, I think, and the Stone Great Shield that the Knights in Darkroot Garden can drop, but Great Shield's a good way to go. Crystal Ring Shield, though, this is another thing I think I wanted to mention, but I might have forgotten. If I didn't, I don't know, but the magic reduction on this shield is 90%. So if you're looking to block magic attacks and not physical, this thing is the weapon for you. So, yeah. Is there any last thing that I wanted to show? Tin Dark Moon Catalyst. Catalyst born from the soul of the Dark Sun Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity who watches over the abandoned city of gods. Anor Londo. Gwendolyn is Gwyn's lastborn and a legitimate god, but he is also a moon sorcerer, and this wand is boosted by faith, not intelligence. That's kind of cool. But yeah. If you're casting sorceries, you can use this thing. And actually, because we have enough... intelligence for it now, I should think. Let's show off Chameleon. I'm gonna do a special video just for the Chameleon sorcery, but this is the purpose of it. It transforms you into an item that can be found in the area and allows you to sneak around as that item and blend in with your environment. So that's really quite awesome. And it does have a unique look for every different area in the game, which is why I want to show it off. But yeah, just like run over here. I mean, nobody can invade you in Firelink, so it's not really necessary here, but there you go. We're just another pot. Slightly differently shaded, but we are a pot nonetheless. So that is Chameleon, and I will be showing it off more in-depth in its own bonus video, so look forward to that. Otherwise, is there anything else before we move on with our lives? I don't know. I think that's everything I wanted to show off, so let me get my normal gear back on, and I'm gonna head to Ash Lake, and from there we're going to head up through the Great Hollow, and then I'm going to show you guys essentially some hidden paths that I had missed that I would like to let you all know about, because I didn't even know about them myself, so we'll see that in a little while. Oh, one thing I didn't show off, guys, the Gravelord Greatsword Dance, and this is kind of a cool area to show it off, so there you go. But how much more imposing those things are than the normal Gravelord Greatsword Dance. And just for a demonstration here, we'll do a comparison. So, Gravelord Sword Dance. Stinky little weenie swords. Gravelord Greatsword Dance. Holy crap. Now that is a miracle worthy of Gravelord Nito's power. So, there you have it. Just want to show those off real quick. I'm a mushroom. Ooh. Hey. Well, there's a crystal lizard, but we totally missed it. Because this is the worst ledge in the game. If there's any ledge that I just absolutely despise, it is this one. Oh, there you go. I think you just have to approach it at an angle, but it's just difficult to hit it and get back up quickly. Alright, we're back at the top, and I fully expect to lose my footing at some point here, but to let you guys know, I'm going to be cutting a lot because I'm going to be referencing the video, and then I'm going to be going to the locations that it guides you to. So the video creator is Kuroso964 on YouTube, that's his username, and the video title is Dark Souls, The Great Hollow Lizard Guide. So if you want to look it up from him, definitely go check it out. That's what I'm getting it from, and that's what I give all credit to for teaching me about this. So just one moment, guys. Okay, for the sake of convenience, I'm going to be using Homeward, just so we can easily get back to the top of the Great Hollow, because there's a lot of falling, and then you can't really get back to where you were. So, first we're going to drop off here, land on this platform, and we're just going to follow this baby all the way up, pass by here, and run along this way, and we're going to drop onto this platform. Now, normally there should be some crystal geckos in here, crystal lizards, whatever you want to call them. It looks like they might have fled already for me, or I'm not sure, but that's one area that I missed, so just so you're aware of that one. Now we got a homeward back. Okay, continuing on, this next one is the same essential path, but we're going to drop off a little earlier. If you notice, there's this opening right here. And what we're gonna do, this is kind of, yeah, this is really easy to get stuck on, I think. I think I'm gonna have to try again, because I'm pretty sure if I get out of that, I'm just gonna fall off the cliff and die. So these are a little difficult, I'll fully admit, but yeah, I'm not accustomed to the Great Hollow, so apologies if it takes me a few tries to get the correct outcome here. So get along to the edge maybe, like right here, I think. That might have been, oh yeah, that was too far. But we make the roll down, and we're actually fine. So this is another location. I think this actually leads down, oh yeah. This leads down to the two that would appear here. And I think they've just maybe run out of spawns for me, so they're not appearing. But yeah, this platform up here, I was always wondering how the hell to get up here. And I think at one point or another I knew, but I no longer know. So this is a helpful reminder for me and for you guys, you know. Spread this knowledge around. This place is a little obscure, so. But yeah, again, thank you to Caroso964 for the info on these locations. I think those were the primary two that I missed in my own playthrough, so if that's it, then I'll leave it at that. But yeah, so that's some stuff that I certainly myself missed in the Great Hollow, and maybe you did too, so now you know. Alright, I finished the guide, and it looks like those two particular locations are the primary ones I missed. So there's about 5 crystal lizards in all in those locations. I think they all died already in my game somehow, or have stopped spawning because I missed them too many times. But if you're looking for some really nice drops, then that's a good way to get to them. And the video mentioned that these particular crystal lizards do have a good chance to drop Titanite slabs, actually. I think they're some of the only ones in the game who have a chance to do that. Or maybe it's just a rare drop chance for all of them, but these ones are in particular good to get, so definitely wear your covetous gold serpent ring if you're looking to get those, to get a better chance of getting them anyways. So, yeah. Did a lot of in-between stuff once again this episode. Some stuff we didn't do in our previous playthrough, so important stuff to do for certain. Got a lot of boss weapons, showed off some neat stuff, and that's that. So to end off the episode, I'm going to make my way into the Duke's Archives. I don't think there's anything integral that I need from Seath, so we're just going to go through, take care of this area, and that'll be that. But before that, I'll just kill these armored boars. Have a little good time with this. Hope I don't die in the process. So I'm pretty sure this guy could one-shot me without too much effort. There you go, there's one down. Another around the corner here. Ooh. Okay. And goodbye. I really love the motion of that R1 into R2. It's light attack into strong attack. It looks so nice. So smooth. Swah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll end off the video here. Lots of stuff we got done. Next episode, we will get the broken pennant from that golem, hopefully, if I did everything right. Then we'll take on Seath. I mean, I'm gonna cut around a lot, as it tends to be here, as has been. And then I don't know, maybe we'll do the Bed of Chaos and finish up Solar and Siegmeyer's quests, or maybe we'll do the DLC. I'm not sure what order I'm gonna do the rest of this stuff in, but we'll keep it going, you know. We'll make it a good time.